Kristen Mateo, her third year at Northern Colorado. There's a lot of relationships going on between these two coaches that date way back on their coaching staff, and we'll get into that throughout the course of the basketball game. We have tipped and underway here in Boulder, and it belongs to the home team. Jenny Kavnar, Ariana Prather with you. And Ariana, as you start to look at this Buffaloes team, there is no rest on a 16-day layoff as Von Lay doesn't get the role. We'll see how UNC attacks this Buffaloes team early. They want to play it in pockets of minutes, Coach Mateo was telling us. Just try not to get too far out, stay competitive, and transition is going to be a huge part for both teams today. In transition there, the Buffs turn it over, and it's going to go the way of the Bears. Gabby Fields will pull it up, and Burns with a long three out of the gate. How about a statement from the visitors early?
There she goes. That's something the Buffs cannot do today. They cannot lose her in transition, and they cannot go under screens in the half court. She will light it up from deep.
CU's going to have a target on their back with every opponent they play, being ranked in the top 10 for quite some time now since they beat LSU early in the season, the #1 team in the country. Burns with the ball, definitely a threat. She can shoot multiple stages, and another three-point attempt. Why not? Sherrod feeds inside to Von Lay. There's size advantage for the Buffs. She turns and shoots.
Is going to give you their very, very, very best to try to make a statement.
0 for 5 from the field for the Buffs. Bears working it around. It's not a true post, so you'll see that from her range on three.
Oh my, she was talking to us. When Byrne got to UNC, it was really her first time being able to step into her full potential as a player. As soon as she got to Minnesota, her coaching staff left, and
dribble penetration inside, and Seneca Hackley get a big arm in there like Aronette Von Lay. She gets the block on that. Originally I thought they called a foul, but the block goes to Von Lay, and the Bears are going to keep shooting the three, and they make it. 12-0 UNC.
It seems like the Buffs on defense are kind of losing players, and when it comes to a team like this that really aren't super big in size, you best believe they all know how to shoot some threes.
There's a three-point shooter for the Buffs in 3 to 4 minutes. She had 7 three-pointers against UT Arlington. Again, this Buffaloes team has not played since December 5th. Longest layoff they remember in program history. Felt like it was a good time to rest up, reset, go back to the basics, but right now they have a huge deficit, and guess what? Delaney Byrne can get it done inside as well. The layup for her makes it 11. 14-0 now. I don't think this is what anyone expected here at the CU Event Center, coming to root on the Buffs. Sadler feeds inside. Nice cut from Foreman.
She's backdooring. She's going off of those backside ball screens to try to get open.
Sometimes you just need a bucket to give you some energy at this point, right? And we kind of saw that. Jalen Sherrod on the defensive end got in the mix. The jump ball went the Bears' way, and now more points.
About Coach Payne, as you see, she hasn't made any substitutions yet, or actually, yep, one substitution for Maddie Nolan. Number 4, Smith, is now in the game, but she lets the players play. You know, even though they've got off to a rocky start.
Not really a true post player for Kristen Mateo. There's a turnover. Sadler's going to push it up for the Buffs. 3 to Foreman, over to Sherrod. Sherrod tries to feed in with a half shot, half feed to Von Lay, and she
Exactly. We saw her hit one from Steph Curry range already this afternoon.
Sinetal got the ball knocked out, and picking it up is Hackley inside, and there's the defense of Quay Miller getting a hand on it. It's going to roll out of bounds. Not the ideal time before a noon basketball game, but that is what a student athlete does. She feeds Quay Miller, puts the ball on and off the glass.
That's one thing I love about Coach Payne when I was playing for her. She's not one of those coaches that kind of persuades student athletes to take easier courses or majors so that they can just focus on basketball. Jared Sherrod going for her 2nd master's degree, and then she has a biochemist on the team.
Game break, so they could focus on their studies. Finals finished here on the campus, University of Colorado, yesterday, so officially winter break for the students for the next month. Quay getting pushed around inside, and still Quay coming off another double-double. She's had 3 this season. Sadler all up in the business. of Hackley, and there's a foul. I like this from Quay Miller. Just get inside and again use that size against UNC. There's a turnover. Sadler snagging the ball on the inbounds pass up to Smith. Smith can't get the lane to go, but Quay with the follow.
Buffs are starting to heat up, starting to feel like themselves.
Getting close to the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Pull up for Hannah Simichal, and the jumper good. 5 points for the senior from Pueblo, Colorado. Feet inside to Quay, and she muscles around looking for the foul call.
Like she did right there, wasn't able to finish, or she just takes one dribble and she has it.
Ball into the hands of the Bears, so another turnover for the Buffs. And you see Michelle Duchemin into the game. She had a big one the last time the Bears went out, but got stuffed there. Number one, she's going to push the floor, and a couple Bears come over, knock the ball out. Crisp as we've seen in the past. And again, I don't know if you count it to the 16-day layoff or if you give credit, like you said, to UNC for coming in here and playing some smash mouth basketball, getting some points early.
And you know what? I also think UNC's game plan, like Coach said, they play 14 deep. So I think also her getting a lot of subs and rotations into the game allows them to be fresh and keep up that defensive intensity, already able to force a couple turnovers.
13 fouls here in the first quarter for the Buffaloes, none for UNC. And all of a sudden now, they're down 21-12 once again.
I think the worst thing that Colorado can do is just forget who they are and start playing nervous and start just overthinking the game. They just need to simplify, take a deep breath, and go back to their
Wow. You keep shooting. You find confidence wherever, and you'll take it today.
And Coach Payne said that before the game. She's not telling Sherrod not to shoot the three. If you're open, take the shot.
Shot on the other end, a miss. Ball bouncing around. Where's it going to end up? And finally, a whistle with the possession arrow heading for the Buffaloes. I love the Sherrod three because at this point in time, you never know where the source of points are going to come from on a Buffaloes team, and that is not the place you thought you would find them. 3-point land for Sherrod.
I love that she has the confidence to still take them.
And now she's going to drive to the bucket as the buzzer will expire the quarter.
Look, she's been going at the Buffaloes and getting the job done with 11 points.
3 3-pointers for her, 4 for 5 from the field. Very reflective of what the Bears are doing as a team, shooting 53%. That was their first quarter stats, and now we enter the second quarter, and they have the ball with the opportunity to build. Nice feed, and off the bounce pass. Can't get the roll for Byrne. Off the glass, getting her own rebound. So just stuffing the stat sheet at this point.
UNC currently out-rebounding Colorado, which is not something that we would expect since Colorado has the size advantage over UNC. So again, the Buffs just cannot get in their head right now and just need to get back to playing their game. I think when Sherrod drives to the basket, it usually ends pretty well.
Yeah, that's all she's going to take. 1 for 1. That's shooting 100 back there. She was only shooting 1 for 19 when it came to 3-pointers this season. Speaking of, Sarah Rose Smith trying to get on the action, bounces her off the iron, and the Bears dribble pass. Duchemin, she's going to drive, and she gets stuffed. How about Smith coming up with a block? Up to Sherrod. Now lost control of the ball. Will reset on the outside. Maddie Nolan to Smith. One dribble to her left, and in the corner. She going to do it again? 2 for 2.
Listen, she said, you're not going to disrespect me when she made that last three. I already made one of those today. UNC giving her a lot of space on that 3-point line, and she stepped up and knocked it down confidently. Hey, that was me in college. You know, they would give me space and let me shoot the three, but I wasn't able to.
See if Mateo will get a sub coming out. She doesn't. Nolan picks up her dribble, finds Sherrod. She has space, but she wants to feed someone, and she does.
Frida has been able to score just off of a simple catching her defender sleeping and just cutting to the basket when she's not paying attention and having a wide open lay-in.
Buffs down by 2. Gabby Fields thought about a 3, dribbles around, kicks it back out to Byrne. Byrne hot from 3 early, built the big lead for the Bears, and now Hackley. 5 for 6 in 3-point range today for UNC.
Colorado having to get a hands up, at least a hands up on everything.
24. Byrne shooting quite some time. She feeds there and gets the roll in from Seneca Hackley. 5 for the redshirt junior from Colorado Springs.
They're both able to chip away at that lead, but UNC still fighting.
15 seconds on the shot clock. There's a look at Christian Mateo in her 3rd year there with UNC. Had some success in the Big Sky in the tournament, her 1st season, and last year had a lot of freshmen they've had to build, and now the fruits of that labor. We're seeing some tough sophomores on the court. There's a senior in Byrne. She gets her own rebound, goes up strong.
Offensive rebounds.
Marinette Von Lay came up with a personal foul. Just a 65% free throw shooter. Missed the second. Smith out to Weta. Weta for 3. It's off the mark. Inside game plan. Tatum West, the freshman, staying strong, gets it out to Byrne and gets it stripped away.
I think Byrne should have shot that first 3 there when she was open at the top of the key.
Just what they needed to stay in this, down by 3. Byrne, long range, and she's going to be fouled. What a frustrating.
The nation in assists per game.
10 assists on the game today. Another free. Went on to a couple different high schools in the area, settled at Ralston, then the transfer portal over to UNC. So different paths for free throws, now 17. Inside to Weta again, kissing it high off the glass.
She would have tried to take one more dribble inside the paint or overthink it or use her right hand. She would not have gotten that lay-in, but she kept it on the outside hand. Let's see if she can finish this a 3-point possession.
And she did it. Gets the roll there. Just to feel good for the freshman to start contributing in a game like this where you're up on the number 8 team in the country. Missed 3 there, and the long rebound goes to an offensive rebound, but Sherrod dribbles inside, and on the fake gets it. Pass ahead, Hackley for 3. That's long, and McLeod with the rebound, and she's going to get the foul call as well. In the second quarter, the CU Event Center, a 2-point advantage for the UNC Bears. Buffs looking to tie it or take the lead here for the first time today. Smith. And Smith. Gabby Fields passes it in. Byrne in her range, but Smith all over her. Bounce pass over to Tatum West. They'll work the right side. And at the buzzer.
Shows a good 30 seconds of defense, talking, communication, and not letting them get anything easy.
Yeah, working the jump ball in the mix there too. Sherrod attacking the basket, kissing it off the glass, and that's a way to take the lead here in Boulder. And one for Sherrod coming up, 36-35. She is willing this at this moment.
Sherrod doing what leaders do, being the floor general, leading the team in points.
Double-digit points now for Jalen Sherrod. She's at 12. She's coming off a double-double where she had 11 points and 13 assists their last game on December 5th. And how about a steal and a finish for Jalen Sherrod? That's a way to take control before the half. 27 seconds to go, and 39-35 Buffs. Three-pointer was the advantage early for the Bears. Can they end it that way? Hannah Simmental, she'll drive, looking for a Byrne. And that's going to go off a Buff. So it'll stay with the Bears, and they'll have an opportunity to score here before the half. Oh, they changed the call. That is frustrating for Delaney Byrne.
I thought UNC would pick them up full court there because they've been rolling the ball in. You see Jalen Sherrod taking her time before picking it up. I might have picked up full court there and not let the Buffs get the ball at half court with 8 seconds on the clock.
And Sherrod just continues to attack the hoop. She gets another bucket before the half, and as the buzzer sounds, CU had one more opportunity. They are up by 6, and that's a huge advantage considering the deficit that they had to fight through the entire first. For JR Payne, I'm sure it had a little bit to do with defense in there for those Buffaloes.
Absolutely. I love how UNC came into this game, and if there's two keys for the Buffs to pull out this win this afternoon, it's points in the paint. Keep scoring inside. Like we see Vonleh just inside the lane. Keep scoring inside the paint. Defensively, do not let them keep getting offensive rebounds. And like Coach Payne said at halftime, you cannot lose Byrne or other sharp three-point shooters.
Did you just play for Coach Payne or something? You nailed that game plan. Right. Hackley, she has 3 fouls, by the way, in this, so watch her in foul trouble. 7 points for her now, 43-37 here in the third quarter. Vonleh with the rebound and lays it back.
If they keep feeding inside, there is no stopping the Buffs post players inside that paint. You know, it's okay. It's okay. Just maybe take one more moment before you make that pass. But, hey, at least they're looking inside.
Hackley inside. Hackley 7 points on the day. That's another Florida Gulf Coast transfer and trying to figure out the program a little bit, make her skill set fit in. And I think the experience that they've seen so far here in the 9th game of the season, she's proved her worth. 9 points on the day. Nolan quick feed inside to Smith, back to Sherrod, and that's short. Right for the boards, and the Bears come up with it. Tall inside, Tatum West. Fine Byrne, feels like we haven't called her name in quite some time, but she leads with 17 points. And there's a inside to Miller off the glass. The transfer averaging about 15 minutes a game. She's gotten her share today. In comes Brianna McLeod. And another off ball. Both on West, so I have a feeling that'll be point of emphasis for Coach the next time she has an opportunity to talk to her. Foreman to Sadler. Over to her right side, out to Quay. Byrne all over Miller. She feeds Weta, cutting inside and kissing it up. UNC with a chance, but Sadler says no. Back to the Buffs ball and points now for Tamia. Quiet as Byrne, who leads with 17. Abby Fields goes up for the jumper as the shot clock expired. She hits the rim in time, but no good. Pushing her to the Buffs. Rita Foreman for 3, and she got it. They've forced a lot of turnovers today, 18 in total for UNC, and the Buffs have capitalized off of it. 26 points off turnovers, and now they're going to try on the other end to get something going again.
If you're UNC and you want to stay in this ball game at all, you got to get going offensively.
Don't leave me open. Tatum West, just too hard of a pass. And Tatum West with 3. Sometimes with those freshmen, you need these experience moments, and there's an experience moment. Can't leave a body unguarded, and she sneaks in for the bucket. 6 for Tamia Sadler. Big league now for the Buffs. And a stuff for the junior.
I love how she kept a straight face on it too. Didn't flex, didn't do anything. Like, yeah, this is my paint. I'm going to protect it.
Be at the line. And she connects on the second. 58-43, under a minute to go here in the third. Sadler draws in the defense, out to Maddie Nolan. Gonna work it around. Sadler's gonna drive. She had another wide open lane, but has to pass it off to Weta. She ran out of room. From the corner, Sadler for 3. That's long. Quay Miller with the rebounds. Second chance points coming for the Buffs. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Vonleh! Full court press coming for Colorado. And Weta, of course, gets a hand on it, tips it out. From biochem finals to quick hands. That's what number 15 is all about.
We love to see it.
Well, see, she's just not going to go away. Boy, Miller is going to get, oh no, they're going to get the 10-second violation. So Quinn Miller's like, yeah, that was all me. She went from thinking maybe, just maybe it was a foul to a violation in the backcourt.
And I love to see how her team ran to her and hyped her up. Like, yes, we're super proud of you. Miller being able to get it done. It's hard to be a post player and pick up full court and be able to get a 10-second violation.
She's hyped up too. JR Payne is as well. 3 seconds to go, and the ball is turned over, and that's how the third quarter is going to end. For fan Peggy, that is all she wants for Christmas under her tree, is to chalk up some more Buffalo wins. I mean, she was a staple here when you were playing basketball.
Oh, absolutely. She's just a Boulder staple, period. Love what she does. Love the support that she shows the University of Colorado. And I love how the women's basketball team went and sung some Christmas carols.
I know, so sweet.
Tis the season.
Delivered cookies, delivered her a really lovely surprise. She tried to invite the whole team to come in. Oh. She's so sweet. She's been watching basketball and football and a variety of sports here in Boulder for decades. Coach Prime has made her a household name in college athletics, or for fans that just follow Coach Prime. She's a superstar on his Instagram. Buffs missing on the other end. Here comes UNC. Colin's defense all over Hackley, and she ends up getting a foul.
Picked up her dribble. She has to be careful with that. You don't want a one dribble and then just pick it up and you're stuck on an island. The Buffs will sense that and collapse like they did.
Long three from Hackley, the miss. And the double foul. Buffs will have the ball here. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Underneath to Whitaker, and she had Bears all around her, but just pass it out.
A nice dish.
Quick dozen for Von Lay. Most of them coming in the second half. Taken off is Kendall Wetta, and she'll get the foul call.
I love how active the guards are on defense for the Buffs. That's definitely one of their strong suits.
Wetta 3 steals.
Does she get tired? Because she's getting these steals on defense, super active on defense, and then you see she's picking up full court.
I'm just more concerned if she's tired after the biochem final. Thing's still stressing me out for the pre-med student. On the other end for Gabby Fields.
Wow, way to look. And there's just no pressure when you're a player. You're able to get those rebounds, and everyone knows to run because you're not having to slow down and set up a play in the half court and have to really think about it. You're able to just go out there and play basketball.
Play free, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Free. There's Byrne, and that's a big miss. 0 points here in the second half. She was dominant for the Bears, gave them huge control of this game early and made CU work. They had a 14-0 start in Boulder. And Whitaker getting in on the... So yeah, for Byrne, it has to feel so frustrating that you come out with 17 in the first half and your shot was working, things were clicking. Now she's working so hard to get open and feels like nothing. Another turnover. Frida Foreman will take it all the way in. A little too hard. McLeod.
Look how fast the Buffs can take over a ball game, up by 22 after fighting during that whole first half.
An absolute fight, and still fighting are the Bears to try and finish strong here. Souther thought about it. Started her dribble. Now Foreman, long three, got it. Second three for Frida Foreman. She's in double figures.
That looks like the Frida all the Buff fans know. Hitting it from deep, no hesitation.
Great rebound by the freshman, but she's just fighting to stay alive. She has 2 Buffs around her. All gets knocked into Byrne, and she finally gets something.
Expected that she would have started the second half so cold. I don't know if it's, again, her just in her head, but
however much that's going to be off the bench.
And you can't have any, you can't do anything but to just respect it. Like, I love that Coach Payne does not just give out free minutes. No, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to beat a starter to take their minutes from them.
Johnson had the ball stripped away from her. 4 minutes to go in the game. NC keeps working the ball around, looking for that three opportunity, and they get it.
You also don't want to take an unwarranted risk when you're up by so much and leaving star players in the game.
Sadler right to her. She'll take it, almost like a DB.
Oh
what? Man.
Look at that finish around the rim.
This is my favorite analysis we've gotten all day. The Digby tape. We get to watch it from Mariana Prather. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Welcome home. Welcome to Boulder. You were born here. Your dad was a Buffalo, played on the football team.
Yep, Coach. Dad played with Rashawn Salam and Cordell Stewart back in the day. Mom was a student here in CU and born in Boulder and happy to be back.
Yeah, Buff in the blood. And for Maddie Nolan, she's learning all about that. The transfer hitting the three. She's at 6. Simmental misses on the rebound. Byrne can't get it done.
Hey, the refs can see better than I can from over here with these eyes.
Albueta just picking up another assist on that. She has 6 as she heads to the bench. That is a new season high for her.
You know, talk about just a great team and just the vibes that the Buffs have, just chemistry-wise between the players. I love to see when someone score the bench standing up and still giving them love, even though they haven't checked into the game, even though they haven't played as much as they want. Everyone's just happy for one another.
21 points for Byrne. Free to Foreman for 3. Looks like the ball got tipped. It did. She's talking to Shelly Sheets about Sadler. She said she just has that good wiggle. You know what that means as a basketball player, right?
I'm surprised Sadler is still in the game, if you ask me. She's played big-time minutes this afternoon.
And she hits that bucket there, so she is in double figures with 10. 30 seconds to go in the contest. The Buffs sniffing down their 10th victory of the season. Sadler, why not add another steal, and she'll hold it up.
So great at anticipating those passes. All the Buffs are.
Well, they got to out-rebound today, CU did, but it didn't matter because the heart and the will to win, playing uphill in the first half, will end up with their 10th victory of the season here at the CU Event Center. The Buffaloes beating the Bears from Greeley 78-56. I think if you've learned anything today about the CU team, don't count them out. They're going to have the monkey on their back all season long.